That's so hard. I think I even have a hard time with that too, because if I don't work out, or if I hadn't worked out in this many days, I feel guilty, or like I feel extremely guilty and lazy, but in that circumstance, I really just convince myself that I need to be doing this, and I instead roll out and ice and elevate and heat and do all the other stuff that helps that inflammation. But along with that, if I'm doing something and I'm like, this doesn't feel right, I'm going to stop immediately. Even though it sucks, I'll do like core or something that does not involve my knee. But if it's something minor where I'm not feeling it, it just feels, I don't know. It's honestly there's like a fine line. You can't tell someone to be like, stop when you feel this, because it's so different for everyone else. But for me, if I feel anything that doesn't feel like you should push through it, I don't do it. Like if it is a sore muscle type of feeling, I'll continue because I know that it's probably just a muscle around my knee. But if it's causing inflammation, I'll stop, because that's a sign that something's wrong. So I think that's what I would say. Like recently I've been doing tiny movements because my knee keeps getting swollen. So I don't even go to 90 degrees when I squat. And I've been doing a lot of Pilates stuff that doesn't involve my knee being bent. And that's another way to like avoid inflammation, but still wanting to work out, is just doing a lot of, I love Pilates. I've found that to be so helpful with my knee and just like overall impact on my body. There has to be a balance somewhere. And like, especially in college, I feel like you're always just go, no breaks. And it's just not healthy. And like kind of transitioning out of that is just hard. And there's not really a guide for that, and it's always so different for everyone. But yeah, I've been dealing with that myself. And I was like, I feel like I'm kind of alone in this, but after talking about it, so many other people feel that way too. And I think that's also a good thing to remember, is that it's not just you feeling that way or feeling guilty for not working out. It's like the society has put these thoughts in our head that we need to be doing that all the time, when that's not true. So my freshman year is pretty crazy. Julie Johnson, now Ertz, was on the team, Sofia Huerta, and it was just, they're like people I still look up to till this day. We were really good. It was crazy to be a part of. I wish we would have gone farther in the tournament. We should have. That game, we were just so unlucky. Looking back, I wish I would have enjoyed it more. I think I was kind of like, if I was going to go pro or something like that, and not really enjoying that game that day, because I mean, I loved game days. I mean, everyone loves game days, but yeah, I think they go by so fast that we kind of you're just eager to like keep going. And I think I wish I would have enjoyed it more, because you only get like, I think it's 20 games a season, which is nothing. And I wish I wasn't so nervous too, because I was just like a nervous wreck, but it was so much fun. I felt like those were the best 4 years of my life. I wish I could go back. So many people would show up to our games, and they were televised, and the facilities were great. It was the best field I've ever played on. And so all these things, I just wish I would have taken it in a little more, rather than being so worried about what was happening next. So she was our assistant coach, and that was also, I should have said that was crazy. Like, I'm friends with her, and it's just wild to think of, like, Leslie Osborne, Ali Wagner, Danielle Slaten. Like, I know all of them, and I've babysat their kids, and it's just like I said, back then I was kind of not took advantage, but I didn't realize how special that was. And now, like, that I actually talk to them, it's just like crazy that I grew up watching them play on the women's national team, and they were like my coaches and mentors. So even growing up, they weren't ever televised all that much. Like they didn't get paid that much. They didn't get the opportunities that the men's teams get, or like maybe the women's national team gets right now, but they showed up every day, no matter the circumstance, and they put all the effort they could, and they stood up for themselves. And I think that's something that anyone, or especially women, can and girls can look at and use as motivation and inspiration, because that is just, they paved the way for women's soccer. Like we wouldn't be where we are right now, especially with the women's national team, if they didn't do that.